Hello world, I'm Amy from byamygrace.com and this is my husband Jeremy.
Hi.
Before the birth of our daughter, I was experiencing a lack of support and care, quality of knowledge even, on the options out there for me when it came to birth. Thankfully, we were recommended Adrienne Kaler, a certified birth doula here in the Halifax, Nova Scotia area. The both of us feel very strongly that without her support, without her knowledge that she gave us, we would not have felt so empowered and so enriched in the birthing process. I feel like the two of us had just such a deeper awareness and understanding of birth after hiring Adrienne. There is a misconception out there that doulas are only for the mom, but Adrienne made sure that Jeremy was just as equipped as myself in the birth process and how to be a great birth partner for me. So I have a question for you.
Okay.
When did you know that Adrienne was right for us?
Well, when she came over and met with us, there was a certain attentiveness that we weren't getting from the medical side of things. All things being said, medical side is super important, but definitely Adrienne being there to help us prepare for what we'd be able to see, how to cope with pain and how to prepare. It was really, really valuable hearing those things from someone who's going to be going through the whole process with us.
It felt like we had an advocate in the room with us. It really did. And
Totally.
I felt like my physical, emotional, spiritual, mental, like all of my needs were met. And that was on first meet with Adrienne. I felt it's such peace. I was like, finally, someone I don't have to explain anything to. I can just say this is what I want, or even ask. Like if I didn't know what I wanted, I could ask. And, she would give me all the options and let me decide. And that was huge. I felt all the decisions were being made for me in the beginning. And now I was empowered. I could now knowledgeably, is that a word? Knowledgeably decide what was best for us.
Yeah, totally. All right. Now I have a question for you. What would you say would be the key components for Adrienne's involvement in our birthing process, both in our preparation for birthing and during labor?
Well, I really feel like she was an advocate. I think that she came alongside us and she was not someone to tell us what to do. She was someone who told us how to do. And that was huge because for me, I am, well, some might call me a control freak, but I like to know exactly what I'm doing and why. And I like to be sure about my decisions. And I think the empowerment process was huge for me because I had a lot of people giving me their advice through very interesting methods. And I just felt like, you know what, that's great, but it's not coming from, it's not detached from your own personal opinion. And for Adrienne to come in, I really felt like before the birth even happened, I was given information, that I was given knowledge without the expectation that I was going to follow through on whatever options were out there. Mm-hmm. And that was huge for me. And even after, that was huge for me. I just felt like I had such control over the situation, as much as you can ever have over a birth, because a birth is, it's very individual to the baby and the mom, and it's different every time. So as much control as I could feel like I had, she allowed me to feel that, and that was huge for me.
Yeah.
Okay, so other than Zoe being born, that was an obvious plus, but what was your favorite moment in the birthing room?
Okay, I'm going to be a bit more specific. I think what was really fascinating was watching her being born, but watching her actually emerge. Because, you can look at, the ultrasounds that we had, or, you can look at pictures of newborn babies and whatnot, but you still have absolutely no idea what this child is going to look like, and seeing the moment where her skin is touching air for the first time, it just blew my mind.
You're gonna make me cry. That was pretty amazing.
It was really amazing. just, we could see her head for a little bit.
For quite a while.
For quite a while.
She was stuck into my pelvis for a while.
She was stuck there for a bit. But yeah, we could see the head there, but I still couldn't comprehend that there was an entire body behind it, or the size of the head. Just completely blown away, watching the entire body come into the world. It was absolutely beautiful.
Which is a testament to how Adrienne comes in and helps you feel about the birthing process. It's not this icky situation. It's amazing, and we felt that way going in, I think in part because she talked that way throughout the whole process, and it was just, this is going to be amazing and this is beautiful.
So my other question for you is, how would you differentiate what Adrienne was able to provide for us versus our medical team?
I really feel like Adrienne provided for us the empowerment, which I keep talking about, in our choices. I feel like we were very knowledgeable in the choices that we had. And if anything came up in the birthing process that I was like, I don't really... she was always right there, and she didn't tell us what to do, but she reminded us of our choices. And that, for me, was huge, to be reminded in a moment where you feel... sometimes it's vulnerable. I mean, it's vulnerable. I was butt naked on that table because that's how I wanted to birth. But I was so vulnerable on this bed, and everyone was talking, and there were times where I went, what do I choose here? And she just reminded me of the choices that I had previously made, what was in my birth plan, which she helped us understand and create. And that was it. I really feel like that knowledge and that ability to be able to be reminded about the choices.
Yeah.
Adrienne Kaler provided for us the ability to have knowledge on the decisions we wanted to make as a couple. I think that there is so much fear surrounding birth, and for me that was something I didn't want. I didn't want to go into the birthing process with fear, and having her services was amazing. It took fear right out the window and placed within it this confidence that my body was capable, that I was capable of doing this, that women all over the world do it. And yes, I mean, there are complications that arise, but a lot of the things that you can do to prepare is having a confident and knowledgeable presence. And I think that was huge for me. That was huge. And she gave me the ability to know that my body was capable to deliver.
Totally. And for me, she was able to provide me with all the tools I needed to be your birth partner. Having Adrienne didn't replace me as being Amy's birth partner. She gave me the tools that I needed to be the support that Amy needed during birth.
In the birthing process, Jeremy was the birthing partner. Like, you were my number one, and the most amazing thing is I also had this wonderful woman beside me along with Jeremy who was a woman, so we had that bond of womanhood and birthing and all that, which was great, but it was like she supported him to support me, and it was, oh my goodness, I get shivers thinking about it every time. If you'd like to know more about Adrienne and the services she provides, you can find her at newbirthdoula.ca. You can also find me at byamygrace.com, where I offer creative mentorship services, along with little nuggets for intentional living. Zoe, what did you think of Adrienne? Exactly. We loved her. Can you wave?
Hi, Adrienne.
Hi, Adrienne. She's Zoe approved.